In the dim glow of her family's living room in suburban Chicago, Emily stared at the engagement ring on her finger, the diamond catching the light like a mocking eye. It was supposed to be the happiest night of her life, surrounded by laughter and toasts, but as her fiancé Mark clinked glasses with her parents, Emily's gaze drifted to the corner where her best friend, Arwen, stood alone, her face a mask of forced smiles. Then, in a heartbeat that shattered the illusion, Arwen pulled Emily aside into the hallway and whispered words that would unravel everything. "I can't watch you marry him. I love you, Emily, more than as a friend." Emily's heart hammered against her ribs as she yanked her hand away, the whisper echoing like a gunshot in her mind. How could Arwen say that now, after years of unspoken glances and late-night confessions that Emily had always dismissed as platonic? The party blurred into a haze of congratulations and champagne, but inside, Emily felt the ground cracking beneath her feet, a chasm opening between the life she'd built and the truth she'd buried deep. The next morning, sunlight pierced through the curtains of Emily's apartment like accusatory fingers. She hadn't slept, replaying Arwen's words over and over. Arwen, her roommate from college, the one who'd been there through every breakup, every family drama. They met freshman year at Northwestern, bonding over shared dreams of escaping small-town expectations. Emily from her conservative Catholic family in Illinois, Arwen from a fractured home in rural Wisconsin. Their friendship had been her anchor, but now it felt like a storm. Emily paced the kitchen, coffee mug trembling in her hand. Mark had left early for work, oblivious, planning their wedding with the enthusiasm of someone who saw only the surface. He was kind, stable, a software engineer with a future mapped out in spreadsheets and promotions. Her parents adored him, seeing in him the son-in-law who would give them grandchildren and Sunday dinners. But Emily? She'd always felt a quiet unease, a sense of performing a role in her own life. The door buzzed and Arwen stepped in, eyes red-rimmed from what must have been a sleepless night too. "Em, we need to talk," she said, her voice steady but laced with desperation. Arwen was shorter than Emily, with the athletic build from years of soccer, her dark hair cropped short in a style that screamed independence. She worked as a graphic designer, freelancing from coffee shops, her life a deliberate rejection of the stability Emily craved. "I don't know what to say," Emily replied, sinking onto the couch. "You've been my best friend for 8 years. Why now?" Arwen sat across from her, knees almost touching. "Because I couldn't hold it in anymore. Watching you with Mark kills me. Remember that trip to Lake Michigan last summer? The way you looked at me when we watched the sunset? It wasn't just friendship, Em. I know you felt it too." Emily's mind flashed back. The bonfire crackling, waves lapping, Arwen's hand brushing hers as they shared a blanket. She'd felt a spark, yes, but she'd pushed it down, attributing it to the wine or the isolation. I don't know. My family would never understand. Dad's already talking about the church wedding, Mom's planning the guest list. And Mark, he doesn't deserve this." Arwen leaned forward, her eyes pleading. "What about what you deserve? You've always put everyone else first. Your parents' expectations, society's rules. But love isn't about fitting into a box. It's about feeling alive." The words hung heavy, stirring something in Emily she'd long ignored. Her childhood had been steeped in tradition. Catholic school, family masses, her father's stern lectures on morality. Being gay wasn't discussed. It was a sin whispered about in hushed tones. Emily had dated boys in high school, convinced herself it was normal, but deep down the connections felt hollow. As the day wore on, they talked in circles, tears flowing freely. Arwen confessed her feelings had started in college, during late-night study sessions when Emily's laughter lit up the room. She'd dated women secretly, testing the waters, but always came back to Emily. "I thought if I waited you'd see it," Arwen said. "But now, with the engagement..." Emily stood abruptly. "I need time. This changes everything." She fled to her room, locking the door, her mind a whirlwind of fear and longing. What if Arwen was right? But the cost, losing her family, her future, seemed insurmountable. That evening Mark returned home, sensing the tension. "What's wrong, babe?" he asked, pulling her into a hug. Emily stiffened, the embrace feeling foreign. She mumbled about wedding stress, but his concern only amplified her guilt. Lying in bed that night, she stared at the ceiling, the ring heavy on her finger. The choice loomed. Safety in the known or the terrifying unknown with Arwen. Days blurred into a tense routine. Emily avoided Arwen, crashing at Mark's place, but the distance only heightened her turmoil. At work as a marketing coordinator for a tech firm, she zoned out in meetings, her thoughts drifting to Arwen's touch, the way her smile crinkled her eyes. Was this love? Or confusion? Her mother called, excited about dress shopping. "Emily, honey, I can't wait to see you in white. Your father and I are so proud." The words twisted like a knife. Proud of what? The facade she'd maintained? Finally, unable to bear it, Emily confronted Arwen at a neutral spot. A quiet park in Lincoln Park. Benches overlooked the lake, wind whipping leaves around them. "Tell me why I should risk everything," Emily demanded. Arwen took her hand, the contact electric. "Because pretending will destroy you. I've seen it in my own family. My mom left my dad because she couldn't live a lie. It hurt, but she found peace. We could have that, Em." Emily pulled away, anger flaring. "Your family fell apart. Mine won't. I'm not like you." The words stung and Arwen's face crumpled. "Maybe you're right. But denying who you are isn't living." They parted in silence, the rift widening. Emily drove home, tears blurring the road. That night, she slipped off the ring, staring at it. The decision crystallized. She couldn't marry Mark. But what about Arwen? The bombshell dropped at dinner with her parents. "I'm calling off the wedding," Emily announced, voice shaking. Her father, a burly construction manager, slammed his fork down. "What? Mark's perfect for you." "It's not him," Emily hedged. "I just need time." Her mother, a schoolteacher, eyed her suspiciously. "Is there someone else?" Emily hesitated, then lied. "No." But the seed of doubt was planted. Rumors swirled. Mark, heartbroken, demanded answers. "Is it Arwen? I've seen how close you are." Emily denied it, but the accusation lingered. Friends divided. Some supported her finding herself. Others whispered about instability. Arwen, meanwhile, withdrew, dating casually to numb the pain. Seeing her with another woman at a bar one night crushed Emily. Jealousy surged, confirming her feelings. In a moment of clarity, Emily texted Arwen, "Meet me. We need to try." They reunited in Emily's apartment, the air thick with possibility. "I'm scared," Emily admitted. "Me too," Arwen replied, pulling her close. Their first kiss was tentative, then fervent, a release of years of tension. No passion overtook. It was emotional, a promise. But reality intruded. Emily's sister Sarah discovered them. "What the hell?" she gasped. Panic ensued. Sarah, conservative like their parents, threatened to tell. "This is wrong, Em. Think about the family." Emily begged for time, but Sarah's judgment cut deep. "You're choosing her over us?" The betrayal simmered. Arwen urged honesty, but Emily wavered, torn between love and loyalty. As weeks passed, their relationship deepened in secret. Stolen moments in coffee shops, walks in hidden parks. Arwen's patience wore thin. "We can't hide forever." Emily knew she was right, but fear paralyzed her. At a family gathering, tension peaked. Her father toasted to traditional values, glancing at her pointedly. Emily cracked. "Dad, I'm gay. I'm with Arwen." Silence exploded into chaos. Her father roared, "No, daughter of mine." Her mother wept. "How could you?" Sarah, smug, had already warned them. The family splintered. Disownment threats, pleas for therapy. Emily moved in with Arwen, but the loss haunted her. Job stress mounted as colleagues gossiped. Arwen's freelance work suffered from distraction. One night, argument erupted. "You regret it," Arwen accused. "I don't. But it hurts," Emily cried. The strain built, leading to a fight where Arwen stormed out. Emily alone questioned everything. Reconciliation came slowly. Therapy helped Emily process. Arwen opened up about her own past rejections. But society bit back. At a pride event, they faced slurs, reminding them of dangers. Emily's father reached out, tentative. "I don't understand, but I love you." Healing began, fragile. Yet doubts lingered. Had Emily chosen right? The olive branch from Emily's father came in the form of a hesitant phone call, 2 months after the blow-up. "Emily, your mother and I. We want to talk." His voice, usually booming with authority, cracked with uncertainty. They met at a neutral diner in the suburbs, the kind with vinyl booths and endless coffee refills. Emily sat rigid, Arwen by her side for support, though her presence drew narrowed eyes from her parents. "We raised you better," her father started, stirring his mug endlessly. "This lifestyle, it's not what God intended." Emily's stomach nodded. "Dad, it's not a choice. It's who I am." Her mother interjected, tears welling. "We love you, but think about the grandchildren we dreamed of. The family line." Arwen squeezed Emily's hand under the table, a silent anchor. "Mrs. Thompson, Emily's happiness matters more than expectations." The conversation devolved into accusations. Her father blamed Arwen for influencing her. Her mother lamented the wedding deposits lost. Emily defended their love, but the words felt hollow against decades of indoctrination. Leaving the diner, Emily felt drained. "They'll never accept us," she whispered to Arwen. "They might in time," Arwen replied, but doubt shadowed her eyes. Back home, the apartment felt smaller, walls closing in. Emily threw herself into work, landing a promotion, but success tasted bitter without family backing. Arwen's designs flourished, a new client praising her work, yet she confided in Emily about imposter syndrome, rooted in her own family's abandonment. One evening, Sarah showed up unannounced. "I need to talk to you alone," she said, glaring at Arwen. Arwen left graciously, but Emily's guard was up. "What do you want?" Sarah paced. "Mom's not eating, Dad's drinking more. You're killing them." Guilt surged. "I'm not the villain here." "Aren't you? You blindsided everyone for her." The words ignited fury. "Her name is Arwen, and I love her." Sarah scoffed. "Love? Or rebellion? You've always been the good girl. This is your way of breaking free." Emily recoiled, the accusation hitting close. Had she? No, the feelings were real. But Sarah's doubt planted seeds. After Sarah left, Emily confronted Arwen. "Maybe she's right. Maybe I'm just confused." Arwen's face fell. "After everything? Don't do this." The argument escalated, old wounds reopening. Arwen accused Emily of cowardice. Emily shot back about Arwen's impatience. Doors slammed, silence followed. Days of cold shoulders ensued. Emily crashed with a friend, reflecting. She missed Arwen's laugh, her touch. Innocent, comforting. Realization dawned. This was love worth the fight. She returned, apology ready. "I'm sorry. I won't let them tear us apart." Arwen forgave, but trust frayed. They attended couples counseling, unpacking baggage. Emily shared childhood stories of suppression. Arwen her teen years of hiding dates. Society's pressure mounted. At work, Emily overheard whispers. "She's the one who left her fiancé for a woman." Promotions stalled subtly. Arwen faced a client who withdrew after learning her orientation. "Bigotry," she muttered, but it stung. A turning point came at a local LGBT support group. Hearing others' stories, disownments, reconciliations, bolstered them. Emily volunteered, finding purpose. But betrayal lurked. Sarah, in a fit of resentment, outed them on social media, posting a rant about family values destroyed. Comments flooded. Support from strangers, vitriol from relatives. Emily's aunt unfriended her, cousins distanced. Emily confronted Sarah. "Why? We're blood." "Because you're selfish," Sarah spat. "You chose lust over family." "It's love," Emily yelled. The sisters parted enemies, the divide seemingly permanent. Emily's parents reacted mildly, a sign of softening. Her mother called. "Sarah was wrong to post that. But we're trying to understand." Small victories amid pain. As months passed, Emily and Arwen built a life. Shared routines, weekend getaways to Michigan's dunes, echoing their pivotal trip. Yet cracks appeared. Arwen grew distant, working late. Emily suspected stress, but paranoia crept. One night, Emily found texts on Arwen's phone. From an ex, flirtatious. Confrontation exploded. "Are you cheating?" Arwen denied. Just talking. I'm lonely sometimes. You pull away when family calls. Hurt spiraled. After I gave up everything? You didn't give up, you chose, Arwen countered. The fight led to a break. Arwen moved out temporarily to a friend's couch. Emily wallowed, questioning choices. Had love been worth the wreckage? Friends advised. Fight for her. But pride held back. A week later, Arwen returned. I can't lose you. Reconciliation was tearful, promises renewed. But scars remained. External threats emerged. A conservative group protested a pride event they attended, shouting slurs. Arwen stood firm, Emily cowered slightly. That could have been us hurt, Emily said later. But we weren't, Arwen reassured. Emily's father invited them for Thanksgiving, tentative peace. At the table, tension simmered. Her father asked awkward questions. How does this work? Emily explained patiently. Arwen chimed in gracefully. Sarah boycotted, deepening the rift. Post-dinner, her mother hugged Emily. I miss my girl. I miss you too, Emily replied. Progress fragile. But Arwen confided later. I felt like an outsider. You are family now, Emily insisted. Doubts persisted. Was integration possible? A job offer for Arwen in New York tempted. Better opportunities, less judgment. Emily panicked. You're leaving. No, unless you come. The choice loomed. Uproot for love or stay for family mending. Debates ensued. Emily feared losing ground with parents. It's us against the world, Arwen argued. Emily weighed. Safety in Chicago or adventure with Arwen? She chose Arwen. Packing boxes, excitement mixed with sorrow. Saying goodbye to parents was emotional. Her father. Be happy. Her mother. Visit. Sarah remained silent. In New York, new beginnings. Bustling streets, diverse community. But adjustment strained. Emily missed home, Arwen thrived. Arguments flared over trivialities, masking deeper issues. One explosive night. You regret moving. I don't. But it's hard. Arwen stormed out again. Emily chased, finding her in Central Park. Don't leave me. They embraced, vowing resilience. Yet a call from home. Her father ill, heart issues. Emily rushed back, Arwen staying for work. At the hospital, family reunited awkwardly. Sarah accused. You left, now this. Guilt consumed Emily. Was her choice the cause? Her father recovered but whispered. Come home more. Torn, Emily returned to New York, conflicted. Arwen sensed the pull. If you want to go back. No, Emily lied. The lie festered. The lie became a shadow, following Emily through the crowded subways and neon-lit nights of Manhattan. She threw herself into a new job at a progressive ad agency, where being out was celebrated, not whispered about. Colleagues shared stories of their own coming outs, offering solidarity that Chicago lacked. Yet, every success felt hollow without her family's full embrace. Arwen noticed the distance, the way Emily scrolled through old photos late at night, her eyes misty. We made the right choice, Arwen said one evening over takeout Thai, trying to bridge the gap. New York is our fresh start. Emily nodded, forcing a smile. Yeah, it is. But inside resentment brewed, not at Arwen, but at the world that forced such choices. Why couldn't love be simple? A surprise visit from her mother disrupted the fragile equilibrium. I wanted to see your life here, she said, standing in their small Brooklyn apartment, eyes scanning the rainbow flag on the wall with barely concealed discomfort. The weekend was a minefield. Her mother complimented the decor politely, but conversations skirted the obvious. At dinner in a trendy spot, she asked Arwen about her work, listening intently. Progress? Or politeness? Later, alone with Emily, she confessed. Your father misses you. And Sarah. She's struggling. What's wrong with Sarah? Emily asked, concern overriding old grudges. Her marriage is rocky. She sees your freedom and envies it, I think. The irony stung. Sarah, the perfect daughter with the husband and kids, unraveling while Emily built anew. Invite her here, her mother suggested. Mend fences. Emily hesitated. After what she did. Families forgive, her mother replied softly. After she left, Emily broached it with Arwen. What do you think? Arwen shrugged. If it helps you, sure. But she hurt us. The invitation went out tentative. Sarah accepted, arriving with forced cheer. Dinner was tense. Sarah eyed their home. Nice place. Must be expensive. We manage, Arwen said coolly. Conversation turned personal. Sarah admitted her husband cheated. I'm staying for the kids. Emily empathized. You don't have to. Easy for you to say, Sarah snapped. You blew up everything for love. And I'd do it again, Emily retorted. The night ended in tears. Sarah confessed jealousy. You were brave. I wish I could be. A fragile bond formed. Sarah left promising support. But the visit unearthed Emily's doubts. Am I brave or reckless? Arwen held her. Brave. Work pressures mounted for Arwen. A big project deadline loomed, stress manifesting in irritability. Emily, sensing strain, planned a romantic evening. Candles, home-cooked meal. They talked deeply, reaffirming commitment. Yet an old flame contacted Arwen via LinkedIn. A woman from college, now in the city. Just networking, Arwen assured. Emily trusted, but insecurity gnawed. At a gallery opening for Arwen's work, the ex appeared. Flirtation was subtle, but Emily saw. Jealousy boiled over post-event. You enjoyed that. It was nothing, Arwen defended. The argument escalated to past betrayals. You moved us here, now you're pulling away. I'm not. You're the one homesick. Hurtful words flew, ending in separate beds. Morning brought apologies, but trust eroded. Society's undercurrents surfaced. A news story about anti-LGBT legislation in other states reminded them of fragility. We fought for this, Arwen said. But at what cost? Emily wondered. A call from her father. Sarah told us about her troubles. Family sticks together. The implication. Come home. Emily confided in a therapist. I love Arwen, but the pull is strong. Love requires sacrifice, the therapist noted. But whose? Emily pondered. Had Arwen sacrificed more? Leaving friends, family echoes. Guilt prompted a gesture. Surprising Arwen with tickets to a concert. Joy returned briefly. But disaster struck. Emily's agency faced layoffs. She was cut. Panic set in. What now? Arwen supported. We'll figure it. Job hunts frustrated. Emily considered Chicago opportunities. Don't, Arwen pleaded. We built this. Temptation grew. A secret interview in Chicago. She didn't tell Arwen. The trip coincided with her father's birthday. Family welcomed warmly. Sarah, post-divorce filing, bonded over shared pain. Stay, her mother urged. Emily wavered. Back in New York, Arwen discovered the interview confirmation email. Betrayal exploded. You're leaving me? No. Just exploring. Liar. Arwen yelled. The fight was brutal. Accusations of abandonment, selfishness. Arwen packed a bag. I need space. Emily begged. Don't go. But Arwen left to a hotel. Alone, Emily crumbled. Was this the end? Friends mediated. Talk it out. Emily reflected. Her choices had hurt everyone. She wrote a letter to Arwen. I chose wrong by hiding. Forgive me. Arwen returned, letter in hand. We both messed up. Reconciliation was cautious. They set boundaries. Honesty first. But the job offer came, Chicago lucrative. I have to consider, Emily said. Arwen's face hardened. Then choose. The ultimatum hung. Emily weighed. Career stability versus love. She declined the offer. You're my home. Relief washed over Arwen. But resentment lingered subtly. Months later, at a family reunion in Chicago, they attended together. Her father engaged Arwen in conversation about design. Sarah apologized privately. I was wrong. Healing progressed. Yet, in quiet moments, Emily questioned. Was peace worth the battles? A new conflict arose. Arwen's mother, estranged for years, reached out, seeking reconciliation. Arwen hesitated. She rejected me when I came out. Emily encouraged. Give her a chance like mine did. The meeting was emotional. Arwen's mother apologized tearfully. But conditions? Leave that lifestyle. Arwen refused. This is me. The rejection reopened wounds. Emily supported but saw parallels. Families demanding conformity. Is it ever enough? Arwen asked. No, Emily admitted. Their bond strengthened through shared pain. But external forces pressed. A friend's wedding highlighted their own desires. Marry me. Arwen proposed impulsively. Emily's heart soared. Yes. Planning brought joy but family reactions mixed. Her parents attended reluctantly. Sarah boycotted again. The ceremony was intimate, beautiful. Vows exchanged. Promises of endurance. Honeymoon in Hawaii bliss. But back home reality bit. Adoption discussions arose, they wanted kids. Family opposed. Not natural. Society's barriers. Legal hurdles in some states. Emily fought internally. Defy or conform. They pursued, facing judgments. A surrogate search began. Betrayal struck again. Sarah leaked plans to conservative relatives. Outrage ensued. Why? Emily demanded. Protecting the family name, Sarah claimed. The final straw. Emily cut contact. Pain deepened. Arwen comforted. We create our own family. True, but loss ached. As they navigated parenthood paths, Emily reflected on the journey. Love's price paid in tears, betrayals, awakenings. Was it worth it? The surrogate process was a labyrinth of emotions, paperwork, and waiting. Emily and Arwen chose a close friend, Lisa, who offered to carry for them. You two deserve this, she said, her own family supportive in ways Emily envied. Doctor visits blurred into one another. Ultrasounds bringing tentative joy. But beneath the excitement lurked the shadow of family discord. Emily's parents sent a card. Congratulations. The question mark spoke volumes. Sarah's sabotage had ripple effects. Relatives distanced further, whispers of unnatural, echoing through holiday absences. Emily's father called once, voice gruff. A child needs a father figure. Emily hung up, tears stinging. How could love be so divisive? Arwen bore it stoically, focusing on preparations. Nursery painting, baby name debates. Evelyn, after my grandmother, she suggested. Emily agreed, envisioning a future where their daughter knew only acceptance. But nights brought doubts. Emily dreamed of her childhood home, laughter replaced by silence. Waking, she'd curl into Arwen, seeking reassurance. We're doing right, Arwen murmured. Work stabilized for Emily with freelance gigs, Arwen's career booming. Financially secure but emotionally taxed. A health scare hit. Lisa's pregnancy complications, bed rest ordered. Panic gripped. What if something happens? Emily fretted. Arwen held firm. We'll handle it. The crisis bonded them closer. Visits to Lisa filled with gratitude. Recovery came, pregnancy progressing. But society intruded. At a prenatal class, stares from straight couples. One woman asked bluntly, "Who's the dad?" "None of your business," Arwen snapped. Emily admired her fire, but internalized the judgment. Online they found community. LGBT parent forums, stories mirroring theirs. Inspiration struck. Emily started a blog, Love's Legacy, chronicling their journey anonymously. Readers responded, support, shared pain. But trolls attacked, hate messages, threats. Arwen wanted to quit. It's not worth the risk. Emily persisted. Our story helps others. The blog gained traction, a podcast offer followed. Exposure brought danger. Doxing attempts. They tightened security but fear lingered. Family news. Her father hospitalized again, stress-related. Guilt surged. My choices caused this. Arwen disagreed. His intolerance did. Emily visited alone. Bedside, her father weakened. I want to know my grandchild. Tears flowed. Then accept us. He nodded faintly. Trying. Hope flickered. Her mother confided. Sarah's bitter. Her divorce finalized. She's alone. Emily reached out to Sarah. Let's talk. Meeting at a cafe, Sarah broken. I envied your courage. Mine trapped me. Emily empathized. You can change. Sarah admitted outing them was revenge. Forgive me. Emily hesitated. In time. Mending began slowly. Back home, Arwen skeptical. Don't get hurt again. But Emily saw potential. Baby's due date neared. Excitement built. Labor Day, hospital chaos, Lisa strong. Evelyn arrived crying healthily. Holding her, Emily wept. Our miracle. Arwen beamed. Our family. Parents visited hesitantly. Her father held Evelyn gently. Beautiful. Acceptance dawned. Sarah came later apologetic. Aunt Judy's. Emily nodded. Bliss but challenges arose. Sleepless nights, work-life balance. Arwen struggled postpartum indirectly, feeling sidelined. Emily noticed. Talk to me. I feel like the outsider sometimes, Arwen admitted. Reassurance. You're her mom too. Therapy helped. Society's tests continued. School enrollment. Questions about two moms. They advocated joining PTA to push inclusivity. A backlash. Petition against indoctrination. Emily spoke at a meeting, voice steady. Love is love. Support outweighed hate. But personal toll. Arwen's mother resurfaced, seeing news of the birth. Grandma? She asked tentatively. Arwen wary. Meeting arranged. Tears, apologies. But subtle judgments. A real family has. Arwen cut off. This is real. Rejection again. Emily comforted. We don't need her. True, but pain accumulated. Years passed in a blink. Evelyn toddler curious. Family gatherings normalized somewhat. Thanksgiving with Emily's parents. Awkward but warm. Sarah remarried, more open. Yet undercurrents. Her father slipped occasionally. Traditional remarks. Emily challenged gently. A crisis. Evelyn bullied at preschool for no dad. Heartbreak. Why mean? Evelyn asked. Explanations age appropriate. Families different. They switched schools but scar remained. Emily questioned. Did we selfishly bring her into this? Arwen. No. We give her love. Doubts persisted. Blog evolved into a book deal. Memoir of their journey. Writing cathartic but revisited traumas. Arwen supported but tensions rose during edits. You're exposing us, Arwen worried. For good, Emily insisted. Publication day. Acclaim, criticism. Interviews highlighted struggles. A TV spot. Confronting a conservative pundit. You destroy traditional values, he accused. We expand them, Emily countered. Publicity brought threats, security needed. Worth it? Emily pondered. Evelyn thrived, oblivious. But a betrayal from within. A cousin sold story details to tabloids. Sensationalized. Lesbian drama tears family apart. Pain resurfaced. Family denied involvement but trust shattered. Emily confronted. Who? No answers. Isolation crept. Arwen suggested moving west. California, more accepting. Emily resisted. Running again? Strategic, Arwen argued. Debate intense. Decision, stay fight. Advocacy grew. Emily spoke at events, Arwen designed campaigns. Impact. Policy changes locally. Personal cost. Exhaustion. One night breakdown. Is this life? Arwen held her. Our life. Renewed vows privately. But a fork. Arwen offered job in LA. Better for Evelyn, she said. Emily torn. Roots versus progress. Choice loomed again. She agreed. Packing bittersweet. Goodbye to family. Promises of visits. In LA sunshine, diversity. New friends, schools inclusive. Evelyn adapted quickly. Emily's book tour successful. But homesickness hit. A call. Her mother ill. Rush back. Hospital. Family united. Sarah. Glad you're here. Recovery bonds strengthened. Emily realized. Distance helped appreciation. Back in LA balance found. Yet reflections. Choices, prices paid. Awakenings through pain. Settling into Los Angeles felt like breathing fresh air after years of holding their breath. The palm-lined streets and ocean breezes washed away some of the accumulated grime of past battles. Evelyn enrolled in a progressive kindergarten, where Two Moms was met with shrugs and playdates. Emily secured a position at a media firm specializing in diverse storytelling, her memoir opening doors. Arwen's design studio flourished amid Hollywood's creative chaos. For the first time, their life felt less like a war zone and more like a sanctuary. But scars don't vanish, they fade unevenly. Emily caught herself glancing at family photos, the smiles frozen in pre-conflict times. Arwen noticed, pulling her into hugs that lingered longer. "We're okay," she'd whisper, but Emily wondered if okay was enough. A year in, an unexpected letter arrived from Arwen's mother. "I saw your book. I'm proud in my way." No apology, but an olive branch. Arwen debated responding. "Why now?" "People change," Emily encouraged, echoing her own family's arc. The call was stilted. Arwen's mother admitted watching Evelyn's photos online. "She looks like you." Small talk led to visits planned. Caution reigned. The reunion in a neutral San Francisco cafe. Arwen rigid, Emily supportive. Tears flowed. "I was wrong," her mother said. "Fear ruled me." Arwen forgave tentatively. "Don't hurt us again." Grandma duties began slowly. Video calls, gifts. Evelyn charmed, bridging gaps. Emily's family visited LA. Her father marveled at the city. Different world. He bonded with Evelyn over beach walks. Sarah with new husband joined. Apologies renewed. Harmony fragile but real. Yet new conflicts brewed. Evelyn's questions grew. Why no grandpa before? Explanations careful. Grown-ups learn. At school, a project on family trees sparked crisis. Evelyn drew Two Moms, grandparents' dotted lines. A classmate teased. Weird family. Evelyn came home crying. Emily's heart broke. Different is special. Advocacy intensified. They volunteered at LGBT family events. Impact. Evelyn gained pride. But toll on marriage. Exhaustion led to snips. One argument. You pushed too hard, Arwen said. You withdraw, Emily countered. Cooling off, they recommitted. A health scare. Arwen's routine check revealed a lump, benign but terrifying. In waiting rooms, Emily vowed. Never take us for granted. Post-recovery, intimacy deepened, emotional, supportive. Career peaks. Emily's second book, Arwen's Award. Public eye scrutiny. Interviews probing personal life. A podcast host asked, Regrets? None, Emily lied slightly. Privately to Arwen. Some days, yes. Honesty strengthened. Evelyn's 10th birthday. Party with blended family. Her father toasted. To choices that led here. Gratitude overwhelmed. But a shadow, news of rising anti-LGBT bills. Fear returned. Safe here. Emily worried. Arwen. We make it safe. Activism ramped. Marches, donations. Personal betrayal. A friend leaked private struggles to media. Story twisted. Troubled lesbian marriage. Hurt but they sued, won. Resilience built. As Evelyn teenaged, rebellions. Why so public? Emily explained. For you, for others. Understanding dawned. A crisis. Evelyn questioned orientation. Am I like you? Support unconditional. She dated a boy then a girl, exploring. Emily proud, Arwen guiding. Family reactions mixed. Her father struggled. But growth. He attended Pride with them. Full circle. Reflections in quiet. Paths taken, prices paid. Love endured through betrayals, awakenings. In the end, as they watched Evelyn graduate high school, Emily turned to Arwen. Worth every tear. Arwen smiled. And more. But the question lingers. In a world demanding conformity, is defying it for love always the right choice? Or does the pain outweigh the gain?